So, next project I'm contemplating, this will probably be a long-term one, seeing as there's lots and lots of tools in this collection, is to begin replicating the Viking Age tools found at Mästermyr in Gotland. So the idea is to start off with a set of tongs and a hammer, and then in a way to use those to begin working towards replicating some of the other tools found. So to minimise my modern tool usage. Unfortunately, I'll be using a gas forge due to my current living circumstances, which prevents me from using a coal or charcoal forge, just simply for fire risk reasons, and the neighbours would likely not appreciate the smell. So these will be done out of wrought iron, and wrought iron with steeled components. For this I've got an extensive scrap, I shouldn't call it a scrap collection, it's actually quite a valuable resource of wrought iron and 18th century springs, mostly leaf, so that should be medium carbon, so it should fit in with the fined carbon content for working faces and so on. So this is going to be a relatively fun project. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be episodically cropping up in my feed. So this is the first teaser. So I've take you through to the wrought iron pile in a minute to select some stuff. I do have some nice axles which will probably yield the hammer stock without having to do much in the way of reduction. So it'll be just more forging to shape and forge welding on the faces and punching the eye. The tongs, however, will have to be drawn out of stock that is probably close but not exactly right. We'll try and pick something that's reasonably close, minimise our forging losses. So yeah, that's the new project. Along the way I'll also make modern steel reproductions of things in that find, such as axes, adze, spoon bits and so on, just for the fun of it. There's a fair bit of interest in the kitchen axe, not so much a YouTube interest as in people wanting kitchen axes, so I may actually end up making some more of those. I'll try a revised design that's a little bit easier to forge, so I'll be going through that in the near future. I may show a little bit of that as well. So that's the outline for the next little while. I hope you all come along for the journey. For now, let's go over to the wrought iron pile and see what we can find. Sorry if it's a bit noisy and very poorly lit, but this is where I keep my wrought iron scrap. Shouldn't really call it scrap, seeing as the stuff is getting really hard to get. So let's see if we can find something that'll make a set of tongs with minimal drawing out, because we want to minimise our losses. That's probably overkill, although that would work. What have we got here? Yeah, it's probably a little bit too small. Again, what have we got here? It's probably not going to work. Yeah, that might do it. That one there will do nicely, I think. Sorry, it's a bit out of focus. Alright, so that's the tongs. See, what can we find for the hammer? Shall we cut into these axles? Let me know in the comments. I'm planning on using some of these old buggy springs for the facing on the hammers, so we're trying to keep things as least modern as we can. Alright, let me know in the comments.